That clip I sent where that dude was like, we don't want to see impeachment. We want to see impeachment hearings, and they were like, yeah.
He was like, that's the wrong answer.
He was like, no, that's the wrong
and
answer. That's the wrong answer. He was like, we want to see impeachment hearings, and then it was like, yeah. He said, no, still the wrong answer.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I'm saying. It's
that's what I said. They're funny, man.
Perfect example of brainwashing his own constituency. It's crazy, even though they want something completely different. But
welcome.
As we sit here, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, communication is fucked up right now. In 2026, I mean, it's kind of been fucked up for a long time, but in 2026 specifically, where we have probably the most amount of communication that we've ever had. And with that, I mean, I don't know what. I was born in 1990 on the dot.
Wait, are we gonna welcome them to the bridge?
Yeah. I'm just, I was just bringing in.
You want to make sure you don't miss it.
Yeah, because I did miss it last time. So in order for me not to miss it, I might as well get into it. Y'all know it is your boy Kell, and this is the Bridge ATL. You know what I'm saying? On the other side of me is Ashley. You know what it is with her.
Hello.
And in the background, we got your boy Tyler. You know what I'm saying? He holding down the ones and twos and all that, chilling, drinking. It's probably loud on the mic. No, I'm playing. I don't know what it is. But today we're gonna be talking about communication in 2026. This kind of goes after our digital podcast, you know what I'm saying? Digitally, multiple different types of technology, computers, you name it, AI, whatever's going on right now. We want to talk about communication. That's part of digital, obviously, because we use cell phones, emails. But outside of that, you also need social communication. You need one-on-one communication, actually going outside and actually talking to people, or just in general trying to get a message across. You don't want to get lost in translation. And we're talking about how currently today we're still being lost in translation, even though we have multiple types and ways to communicate with other people. So what I was about to say was, I was born in 1990. My first, I guess I'll say, if we go into the era of technological communication, I think the first thing I remember was the pager when I was a kid.
Go back, rotary phone. If I remember rotary, you have to remember it.
We didn't have rotary phones.
My great grandma
a bit
had one.
more higher. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
Your great grandma didn't have one?
So I never met my grandparents.
Okay, so my great grandma had one.
Okay, so I had a real
put your finger in it and do.
I
rotary.
I mean, I've seen it in people's houses, but we never had those.
But so you've seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be your first intro to technology.
Kind of, but it wasn't normal. But that was like, at the time in which I was growing up, that was already old technology to me.
But some people don't even remember it existing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, like, if we're going to talk technology, I think we need to talk about
like, you see your grandma actually using that to call somebody?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I've never seen nobody to call with that.
Oh, it was like a design piece.
Oh, okay. It was like
No, I'm asking for you. It was like a design piece.
Yeah, it was like, you know how these kids, they look at a projector and they be like, that's just ancient tech. That's what that was to me.
No, my great grandma, that was, if you needed to call somebody, that's how
she doing the rotary for sure every time.
That's all she had.
Yeah, we had to push. We was ready.
It was black.
We was on the push button. We was good. Yeah. I seen the what's the joint? Because we had one. So we had the fat boy. You know what I'm saying?
What?
So the payphone had the 2-prong thing. So we had that, but the one that
the house phone.
Yeah. The house phone, you know what I'm saying? But we had the buttons. But it had like the fat boy at the bottom that had the dial numbers on it.
My grandma had one of those.
And you pick it up off the
Exactly,
receiver,
that's the one we had. So that was the oldest form of the phone that I had that we actually actively used was pick it up, you know what I'm saying? I had the little the things that pop up and then when you press it. Because sometimes you just click that, you know what I'm saying? Click that button.
Sometimes you gotta
because it's weighted.
Like, you don't even do this, you just be like click, you know what I'm saying? And you just do this. Yeah.
Pick up the phone, telemarketer.
Yeah, so
our schools had that too.
That
was like the school phone.
That's where you call your mama when you go to the principal's office.
Yeah. The principal's office or the nurse's office, if you're sick, boop, 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 boop.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, that's the oldest pagers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was the first wireless form of technology.
I remember pagers.
So you seen the rotary. You seen the rotary too.
Yep.
Y'all old though, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all on the East Coast. I don't know. West Coast.
I'm younger than you.
West Coast. West Coast. You know what I'm saying? We was more, I guess, on the up and up, but
you just had money. That's
the only thing I didn't see was the brick phones.
Like the fat cell phones?
The brick cell phones, yeah, I didn't see those.
No, you had to be rich to have them. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Dope Boys. Dope Boys had them.
I don't remember a thick phone.
Dope Boys
had them. They had the big joints with the, you seen them. They was
I don't think I ever seen one though.
The phone I remember.
I definitely seen pagers. I had we had used to take my mom's and old pagers whenever she was done using them. And me and my brother would be walking around like we paging each other. So
I feel like my dad had like a fat black phone, but it wasn't like the big back. It was, if you were to compare it to something, it would have been like a Razor, but instead of it flipping up, the bottom flipped up, and it was like a little plastic that covered the keypads. He had that, and then the cell phones, like obviously the Razor, the Sidekick, the Crazer, like that BlackBerry.
But that's getting into the
like early, like
that's moving into first like smartphones.
Yeah, smartphones. Yeah, I mean,
I love the BlackBerry.
No, the BlackBerry went crazy. I mean, I was
They're
more Sidekick, like Sidekick. Anything.
Love the Sidekick. I liked hanging up on people with like a purpose.
I think everybody did.
Flip phone, click.
Yeah.
Then you get them scratches on there. You know what I'm saying? Fuck your phone a little bit, doing too much.
Motorola, that Razor.
I
the
love
indestructible
just
Nextel.
flipping it up.
Nextel. Yeah. But y'all ever like wrote letters?
All the time. My mom used to make me handwrite letters to everybody.
Like write letters to mail? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in cursive. My grandma wrote in cursive.
We did that more so in school, though. I mean, I think I wrote a few letters, but we more so did it.
Yeah, I ain't really never.
I still send cards.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm. My grandma, I send them to her for every holiday. Some of my friends. It's always good to get mail that's not a bill.
I wonder if niggas still send cards.
Yeah, there's
cards.
people who do holiday cards all the time.
No, I'm talking about niggas.
Oh,
I get family holiday cards from my friends that have kids, like with them and their kids on it.
He means like single dudes,
niggas, yeah,
like no family.
Would a nigga ever write cards?
So. I don't think so. I don't think it's a priority.
I don't think a lot of single women do cards either, unless it's just to like I personally send them to my grandma. Like I send her cards for every holiday. You just call somebody
like, "Hey man, happy birthday," or you text them happy birthday or something like that.
I don't like
me personally. I don't like cards, so
why?
I think it's just I appreciate the sentiment, but it ends up being trash.
I have all my cards. So when my grandma died, she had all my cards from when I was a little kid that I ever wrote her. So I still have them all, like in my little kid chicken scratch handwriting. And
sentimental value for sure. I don't. Some people I don't know. They're just like yeah. I don't know. Cards is just whatever to me.
Maybe, like, I'll throw them away if all it says is, like, love and then your name. But if you wrote something in it, I have it still.
That's pretty cool.
Like, I'm definitely keeping them. Because what happens when something happens to your friends or your family? Like, it's cool to be like...
To keep it.
Yeah, like, if I have kids and my grandma's gone, I could always be like, oh, this is what your great-grandma liked.
I think my thing is, where would I put it? You know what I'm saying?
I have a big storage container. It's just a little box. And just go... It's a card. It's not like it's huge.
Yeah, but I feel like they're supposed to be displayed because they're, like, pretty. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's just in the storage tote. No, it's not.
I don't even display them. I just throw them in.
I mean, I keep it up for like a good couple months.
And then I keep it up for the time. Like if she sends me a Valentine's Day card, it's up. A birthday card is up. But once the month is over, we're switching decorations. It doesn't match.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just not sentimental.
Who? So you?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I get what she on. Like I said, I feel like the card is, it's supposed to be like usually like an elegant card or some kind of like graphically looking, you know what I'm saying, pleasant looking card. So I'm thinking keep it out for a certain amount of time. But
they're getting rid of the postal service. They're about to run out of money in 2027, so it's going to be bye-bye.
So
this happened last
They're
time?
privatizing it, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be privatized.
So it's still going to happen. They're still going to have people send it. It's just going to be owned by somebody with money, and they're going to start charging subscription services for it.
We can't operate without a postal service. Like,
I better look into it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be smart to do that.
It's going to mainly affect old people because the USPS
going to affect all of us.
But I mean, in a sense of USPS goes to every single house in the US.
Yeah.
FedEx and UPS do not. So, like, when you have rural places and stuff, they do not.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
They don't, because it depends on the contract and where it's
located.
So,
what would an old person do if they have a FedEx package? Are they supposed to go somewhere?
Sometimes, like, depending on where you're located, they'll send it to, like, the nearest hub, and then you have to go there and get it. But USPS...
Usually, they give it to USPS.
USPS...
and they'll deliver it.
Sees every house. And then a lot of old people that are analog still, that's how they get their medications. So now you have issues with just mail plus medications. How are they going to get them?
So is that off the grid? Like, if you still get mail, are you still off the grid or no?
I don't think so, because I still get USPS. So you, depending on like what you pay,
I think you could be off the grid and still get mail. You just send it to a. Not to your house.
You
have to send it to like a P.O. box or somewhere else where you can go check it
USPS
on like a monthly basis or something like that. Like, every month on the whatever, I just go check my P.O. box.
I have a P.O. box, but Tarte sends me mail and their stuff comes USPS. And they're like a big makeup company.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's cheaper depending on the contracts they have.
Okay. So outside of mailing, because, you still send cards. Like I said, I think sending cards is going to be an ancient thing, probably.
For sure. People don't even like to write.
Right. How have we changed how we communicate in general? Now, I'm not talking about just technologically.
We don't
talking about?
communicate.
We don't communicate.
People suck at communicating.
Okay.
I would say we still communicate. It's just the way in which we communicate is pushed differently.
People
right?
do not have effective communication styles.
It might not be effective, but we still communicate.
I mean, we're
if you look
communicating
at
right now.
if you look at well, like even outside of just us, like we're in the same room. I'm talking about across the world. We're communicating with people across the world. We communicate through ideas now instead of actual conversation.
So I want to say, and I want to preface this. I think specifically American communication, because I know communication obviously around the globe is completely different. A lot of people, especially I want to say, especially in third world countries, their communication is way more in person than it is phone and shit like that. And they're like they actually sit down in like circles and they have conversations. And
I think we have that here too. So I'm being annoying. We obviously communicate. I think now people communicate more through social media.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there's not as many IRL experiences,
Right.
which is what it goes back to our loneliness epidemic episode. People are craving that human to human contact. Right. So now I think you see more run clubs, book clubs, like people are being joined by common interests more now than I feel like before. But what I was saying is I don't think we communicate effectively because everybody's trying to prove a point. Everybody's trying to just get you to agree with them.
Everybody's trying to win.
And people don't know how to agree to disagree.
Right.
Like two things can be true.
And that's
at
why
the
I say
same
people
time.
communicate ideals.
It's not even just
more
agree
so.
to disagree. I think it's people don't want to admit to being wrong, or
I think it's more so people just don't accept opinions.
That too.
I think it's that, and I think
it's all of that actually.
Yeah, it is actually. It's a mix.
It's a whole mix. It's a lot.
It's an amalgamation of.
I think a lot of people feel like the second you disagree, that it's a fight.
Yeah.
And two things can be true. I can hear what you're saying and understand what you're saying, but not agree with it, and that not be a fight. Like we can 1,000% agree to disagree. And I think a lot of people nowadays, it's like, well, if you don't agree with me, then you're just on that side and that's it. And I think that's why we get into a lot of these issues and people listen to respond more than to actually hear what you're saying. Like you could give me an hour conversation and I'm just waiting for my chance to just say what I have to say and I'm disregarding everything you've just said.
I think that goes also into performative communication where people are just communicating in a certain way. And it's not necessarily to learn anything. It's just to be heard as well. So it's like...
And I think a lot of people do stuff for wow factors too. Like rage baiting.
That's part of it.
Like, you don't really feel this way.
No.
You're just saying it to say it. Just to be different. Like, oh, well, I want to be famous. And
contrary.
This worked for this girl. So I'm gonna say, I lost all this weight by like praying and fasting. And, I know it's controversial. Like, okay, come on. Like, be for real. Like, I think a lot of people just BS now. Want to be different. Oh, I have this laundry list of disorders and I'm ADD and that's why I'm this way. So I can't. Like, everybody wants to be different. Everybody wants to talk about something. Everybody wants to be an expert.
You ever caught yourself doing that? Like, you ever felt like you did that before?
Doing what?
Like that kind of like, you just want to communicate in the situation just to communicate? Like, you never been in a situation where it's a bunch of people talking. You want to have some kind of input, some kind of way. You've never done it?
It's the opposite. I wait for a chance to leave.
Because you be like, I don't have no parts. Like,
yeah, like I feel like when I have a conversation with somebody and I feel like the conversation's going nowhere or you're just dumb. And when I say dumb, I mean like if this conversation is going nowhere, you're not listening to retain, you're listening to respond, you're very combative, I shut down. Because I don't have the patience for that, and then I'll just have an attitude.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, I normally look for an exit. I don't care. And if you don't want to hear what I have to say, like, that's fine. We don't have to talk.
So you don't have so when you see people kind of doing that kind of conversation, you just leave in general?
Exit stage left. Like, I will go to the bathroom so fast. I'm forever have to pee. Like, bye. And I will go to the bathroom or I will just leave. Like, I don't...
I feel like some of the rooms, if I've ever in a room with a lot of influential people that do that a lot, I feel like the performative conversations come more so in those conversations.
People love to hear themselves talk.
Yeah.
And I cannot stand pretentious people, and I cannot stand, like, I have a few people that I know that do this. Like, every time you talk to them, oh, I just got back from my house in Martha's Vineyard, or I just, I was in Amalfi, and, I'm going to go to Cannes, and I'm going to do this. Like, I love that for you, but every time I talk to you, like, it's very draining to hear, like, where you're going, and then the name dropping. I cannot stand a name dropper because I don't care. Like, I love that for you. I love that you're successful. I love that you hang out with whoever it is that you hang out with. But it's not like I'm getting a direct deposit, ching, 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 every time you mention somebody's name.
Right.
And like, that doesn't move me.
Yeah.
Like, you're not talking about anything of substance.
Well, that's just, they try to do a subtle flex. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not a flex. I don't like that.
Yeah, we know that. You know what I'm saying? We all know. I think, especially living, anybody who lives out here, I mean, it's not, name dropping is something that people mostly don't do out here. Because, I mean, you're going to see
people name drop all the time here.
I mean, they do.
All the time.
They do, but I'm saying, like, when I meet somebody who name drops in Atlanta, it's like, I know you probably haven't lived here long enough to really.
People that I know that have lived here for a long time.
They still name drop?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so those people I actively avoid. I actively avoid those kind of people.
There's like certain membership clubs I could tell you about, and if you went there, all they do is name drop.
Yeah, I would never. Hell no.
You'd have
to pay me. Ain't no membership, nothing.
When you guys are on Instagram and you see these girls, because I don't know if men do it, but a lot of girls are like, oh, join this club, join this club, join this club.
I've seen that.
All those clubs, they fail to tell you $10,000 to $20,000 membership fees, and all you're doing is hanging around a bunch of pretentious people that are name dropping.
That's a scam. It looks like that's a scam, man.
It's not a scam. I mean, you get what you pay for. Like, if you have a golf membership, golf clubs, they start at $10,000.
I mean, that's like
plus dues.
That
plus,
makes sense.
Plus. So I mean, it's a membership. You're paying to be a part of a club.
Yeah.
So if you have office space, if you have free Wi-Fi, if you have a percentage,
so they give you office space. Is it your
some
private?
Of the places.
Okay.
I'm not speaking for
that's
everything.
where I would pay. Like, okay, I have my own.
Like when I used to go to the Buckhead Club.
Okay.
You pay your membership. You have access to have a meeting space. You have options to rent out a space. You have options for different areas. They have events weekly and monthly. They have a restaurant there. You get a percentage off of the food. You have free Wi-Fi. Like you can literally go there and work every day.
Those are real perks. You know what I mean?
But you're also going to deal with people that are name dropping.
Yeah, they're going to name drop all the facts.
Oh, who do you work with? Oh, do you know this person? Do you know? Yeah.
I think that's also a way to try to go up the ladder, I guess. Oh, because I know this person. You might know this person too, so maybe we can meet and do this.
I don't think it's that. It's let me know who you know so I know how much respect to give you.
That's another one too. Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, that's definitely what it is.
That.
Yeah, for sure.
Hate that.
You know so-and-so?
Yeah.
Or you don't know them?
And I'm good to be like, no, because then I want to hear everything you have to say.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Which is part of the performative communication styles that people mostly use. I mean, like you said, it's mainly, you say they use it as a way to basically read you. Determine
how much respect will I give you?
Yeah.
What is your social currency?
Yeah.
How can I benefit from this? What can you do for me? Like that's part of what I miss about living like up north. If like no one in up north would ever try, depending on where you're at. Like I could say New York, PA, Ohio. Nobody is gonna name drop and be like, "Oh, I worked with Ashley a week ago, and she spent this and did this." Like it's very private. You don't talk about.
You think this is an Atlanta?
It's a down south thing, absolutely.
Oh, south is it south or is it Atlanta?
I've seen it in Florida too. People talk about how much their home is and how much they spend and how much they make. It's very, again, this is how you'll respect me based on what I spend. Up north, nobody is going to say, oh, I live in a brownstone. Oh, I live in Upper Manhattan. Like, if you ask, they might say, but they're not going to be like, I live in Upper Manhattan and my house is $3 million. Like, I've had people that I've met just like, I'm at the bar trying to get a drink. They're talking to me and they're telling me how much their house is.
So I think I would say.
What?
I think that's a people thing, though.
Well, so I'll say this because New York is seen as more of especially high, like money-wise, way more upscale.
I think it depends
on
what I feel like in New York. Like it depends on where you're at, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like if you're at one of the upscale bars in Manhattan, and then who you're talking to, right? You might be in you especially, Ashley. You might be in an upscale bar in Manhattan. You sitting down taking a drink. Some dude walks up, and he's gonna
no
start
one up north has ever talked to me about how much they make.
Finance bro comes up, you know.
They're not going to talk about how much they make. They might talk about what accounts they work with, but they're not going to talk about their money.
I mean, isn't that?
I think in New York they would do it in a way.
They don't do it
if
like
you know,
we
you
do
know.
it.
Like if you know, you know. Like
Right.
he gonna say some shit like, I shopped at so and so. If
They
you
might
know
be like,
that motherfucker about 20,000, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's different. We do
Like
it different down here.
It's very in your face.
It's in your
Down
face.
They might drop terms like EBITDA or things like that, and then you're like, if you don't know what that is, then they know they don't want to deal with you.
Exactly.
Or they'll say,
You know
oh
what it
yeah,
is,
I was
they know.
at this bar or this restaurant the other day, and you're like, oh, okay. But
The money
out
talk.
here though, out here, you know, it's
I
like,
hear
man,
niggas-
I was working with Gucci Man yesterday. Bro. I was in the
Niggas
crib
is
with
green.
him.
Niggas is green with the money talk in
But
Atlanta
it's not
compared
just
to
black
New York.
people because when
No, it's everybody. It's everybody
okay,
for
because
sure.
when I'm working, like I'll have people complain. I talked about this the other day on social media. Like people will try to struggle bond with you,
Mhm.
and I'm not struggle bonding with anybody. Like I don't even
She
care
do,
if it's true.
Who
Like
did
I'm
it?
not doing it.
Cam Newton.
Yeah, I'm not doing
I
it.
used to go shop at this discount spot. He's like, nah, I don't know nothing
Right,
about
you're
that.
not gonna put me in with that. So this lady was talking to me, and she was like, "Oh my god, like I hate living in the city, blah blah." And I didn't say anything because I have nothing to contribute to that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going on and on and on. I'm just like, oh yeah, like that sucks. Like you probably should move. Like you sound miserable. And she was like, well, where do you live? Like, don't you have some of the same problems? And I was like, no, like I live in Roswell. And she's like, you live in Roswell? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, you've always lived in Roswell? And I was like, for like a year now, but I used to live in Sandy Springs. And she was like, you lived in Sandy Springs? Yeah, girl, for 5 years. Like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want me to struggle bond with you because you want to pay cheap rent and you want these experiences. Well, now you have those experiences. Mm-hmm. Like, no. But I think those are like I guess, a subtle flex.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
No.
Yeah. Like I said, like I feel like the money talk is just different. Like I said, if you know in New York, out here they're going to give you a currency, which is, I would say, the mid-level type of conversation, but a high-level conversation with somebody in New York is most likely, hey, I'm about to mention these brands and houses and these accounts, like you said, to you. And if you know, you know. If you don't know, okay, whatever. But you never know how much I make unless you fuck with me on this level with the shit that I do.
Communication style, I think, has also changed. Like, social media has changed a lot.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I feel like from a business standpoint, everyone is a business owner, which is fine. Like, buying an LLC, cool. You're a business owner. That does not make you a successful business owner. Mm-hmm. You can own a business. You can own an LLC. You can have the paperwork. Does not make you successful. Mm-hmm. I feel like everybody talks about, like, key terms that you'll see. Business-wise, I always see, like, oh, my ROI, my this, my that. And it's like, okay, these are hot, key button words that you've heard and you're just regurgitating. I think influencer-wise, everybody's an influencer. I think when you're talking about communication, it's changed so much with how we communicate and then how you approach people based on what they say.
Right.
So like gamers, I feel like certain people hold, like before, at least for me growing up, doctors, lawyers. Like if you're a doctor or you're a lawyer, you're prestigious. Mm-hmm. Like you're held to a higher standard, education and money-wise. As an adult, not to discredit anybody that's a doctor or lawyer, they still do very well. However, when you look at their debt to income ratio, you realize a lot of doctors are broke.
Yeah.
Like realistically, you got $1 million worth of student loans. You've now got this expensive car because you're trying to show everybody that you're a doctor and you got it and you don't. Lawyers do well, but it depends on what kind of lawyer you are. Mm-hmm. There's 9 million personal injury attorneys in Atlanta alone. Mm-hmm. Not to say that they're broke or whatever, but like you just start to realize things aren't that. Mm-hmm. So then it's like now you have streamers and gamers and then you have influencers. Mm-hmm. And it's like when you have those conversations, they have very low overhead. They haven't had to go to college. They haven't had to get a degree. They're not 35 starting their career. Again, no shade to anybody. But now you have 18 and 19-year-olds, sometimes 17-year-olds. Yeah. They're millionaires.
Yeah.
That you didn't normally see before acting and, I guess, actors and actresses. Like you knew the kid actors. But now...
Yeah, the child as a gamer and streamer is definitely on that level now. Yeah, definitely.
That they're making so much money. So now I think communication styles have changed. Barriers. People are now more willing to talk about money and talk about things. So that trickle down, I think, has affected communication and work. Mm-hmm. Now it's acceptable to talk about what you make. Mm-hmm. Before, you'd be fired if you discussed what you made. Mm-hmm. It was very like faux pas. You don't discuss religion, you don't discuss politics, and you don't discuss money. Mm-hmm. Now, all of those things are being talked about. There's not really, in my opinion, I don't see too many don't discuss.
When do you think that changed?
Us.
Well, I give you...
I think us.
My hypothesis in which that
Trauma.
changed was... This is crazy. Whenever Trump got in office is when I think that changed.
I think before that. Because I feel like I asked a lot of questions growing up. I think, like...
I mean, we had the questions.
I'm born 94.
But when was it allowed to do all of that?
I think we started breaking it down as kids because we started asking questions to things that our parents would just overlook and be like, well, that's just the way you do it. And it's like, well, why?
Why, yeah.
So I think when we started asking our parents why, our parents had to think about, okay, well, why do we do this way? And like, even my parents, like as an adult, I'll talk to my mom about stuff and she'll be like, honestly, I never thought about that until you started like really asking me. And then I had to process because I never asked because I didn't think I could ask.
They never challenged the question.
Because they didn't think they could. So then it's like, now we're asking like, okay, do I need to go to college? Like, do I really need to? And yes, we still did. But then you have the 2 and 3 generations after us, or I guess not generations, but years after us. If I graduated in 2012, I'll say when I was graduating college in 2016, that class of 2016 started saying, I don't need to go to college. I can go and become a plumber, get this 2-year certificate, and make just as much as you with your 4-year degree and not have the loans and the debt. I can be an electrician. I can do hair. I can be an esthetician. And then a lot of those jobs that I think people look down upon, like, oh, you do hair. Like, I remember when people would say, like, they do hair, they're a barber, they'd kind of be like, But then when you started seeing how much people were making, $45 haircuts, $200 extensions, like just to apply. I'm not even including the hair, the this, the that. Then conversations became more talked about. Estheticians, you're now microblading. You're charging $500 for an hour appointment. How? With little to no overhead. Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of those stigmas behind what you do, how you do it, and the money became more transparent. So then it wasn't snooty anymore.
I think those estheticians, hairdressers and whatnot, I think they figured out, especially in our generation, figured out how to make
monetize.
Yeah. I mean, with influencing, because, a lot of them are also influencers. They sell, they have sponsorships. They sell certain, hair and shit like that, products, sponsorships, saying everything like that. I think we knew how to monetize that on another level by asking those questions.
And people respected more because they realized how much you made. I think people looked at those jobs as, like, when you hear a blue collar job,
right,
do you feel like that's somebody that's respected, or do you feel like it's like, okay, you're a plumber, or you clean, or you do this?
I've always respected it.
You have, but other people, I feel like it's looked down upon.
Like a plumber?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Like, who would be proud to say I'm a plumber or I drive trucks?
I think a lot of people didn't realize they made a lot of money, right?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
People,
so back
that
in the
seemed
day,
like I had the word. But it was like the working class, right?
I think you would look at like Super
plumbers.
Mario or some shit. You
not
think
even
of like,
Super Mario.
I'm saying, like, you would think of a nigga that looked like Mario, and, you know what I'm saying, fucking around with toilets.
Nah, you're gonna look at the fact that you deal with shit all day, like,
and you look down upon it.
Same thing with trashmen, right?
I don't know. Are they the same though?
Yes.
Yeah, trashmen make a lot of money apparently.
Like a plumber?
Yeah, they can make up to They make up to $6K.
Real shit.
Yes.
I mean, not $6K.
Six figures?
Yes.
Trash man?
Certain trash people can make up to $100,000.
I didn't know that.
Trash is privatized now, so I don't know.
I didn't know that. That's probably why they can make
New York
6
trash
figures.
It was before.
That's New York trash though.
Before it was privatized.
I'm talking about like
I used to
hear
that trash men used to make a lot of
money.
money.
Boring jobs make money. And I feel like
the jobs nobody wants to do.
It's a boring job. That's why people don't want to do it. Because it's not fun to say, I'm a trash man. It's not fun to say, I drive the UPS truck. It's not fun to say, I do people's hair. That's why it was so shunned upon for our parents.
That's interesting.
And then now it's cute. It's fun. Your lash tech got a brand new car. Your barber driving around in a Maserati. Like, now you have those, like, okay, you make bank.
Yeah.
You didn't, to your point, when you think plumber, you think Mario, you think...
No, I'm saying I think people would think of that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, that nigga make 6 figures. Like,
but I don't think people knew. You know that now.
We used to go to the club with plumbers. Like,
so what it comes down to, only tenured people really make up to 100K
as a trash man.
Yeah.
Like, past what?
They say
years?
The median is about 40 to 60.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but even 40 to 60 is good.
Because plumbers could be, you have your own business as a plumber.
I think it's unionized, so they have benefits and they have all that, so they have the safety that y'all don't have with these government jobs that you used to have.
Yeah, federal, yeah.
Working federally now is not like it used to be back in the day. Back in the day, that was a good job. That was a job security.
Yeah.
We've had a shutdown.
Plumbers are about the same.
This year.
They're about the same, 40 to 60.
I'll say
in the beginning. If you're very experienced and you have the tenure, then you can make up to 90.
HVAC makes money.
And then like the high earners
tenured
make
HVAC
100.
now.
Yeah, it all has potential to grow. Like, a lot of people think if you're a trash man, you will only make 40 to 60K for the rest of your life working as a trash man, but it'll grow. There's like growth there.
Yeah. Welders, electricians, like you said.
Welders make a lot of money, yeah.
Boring jobs. Those are all boring jobs. None of those jobs sound fun. In a sense of, when you're little, you're not going to grow up and be like,
no, you're not going to think,
so that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I think...
when you're little, you don't know those. Some kids will be like, I want to be a construction worker when I get older.
Never have I ever heard anybody
They want to be bodybuilder.
You never knew kids who wanted to...
No, when we were kids, everybody wanted to be, like, you had random stuff, like, I want to be like a singer or a race car driver, and then you had, like, doctor, lawyer. And then when you had to do your papers,
she around some
everybody
sophisticated children.
Everybody had like the basics.
We had some niggas. I was like,
I want to be a
nurse
like
I
want
to be a construction driver. Yeah. There's kids on TikTok who want to be trash men. They love the trash people.
Now. Because now you have parents that go out and give the cards. They have them talk to them. They're bringing them cookies. They're bringing them presents. Like, they're involved now. But I think
TikTok has also influenced that too.
Well, and I think that's because of us.
Once again, going back to the communication, I think that's another huge part.
We talk to people. Our parents don't. Like, if I asked my mom what the name of our trash person was in the house I grew up in, she'd be like, what are you talking about? I knew the mailman by name.
Kids wanted to be teachers too, you know.
Do we still have the personal mailman though? Like, do we still have the person that delivers our mails?
Yeah,
every day.
The same person.
I know my mailman by name. I know my mailman, my UPS person, and my FedEx person.
Right now,
because they're tired of seeing me. They deliver packages all the time.
You know your Amazon.
I mean, yeah, you be going crazy.
Amazon usually has around the same person
they know
too.
Me
but
by name.
It's a benefit also to know them too, because it's like, nigga, you better have my shit.
My old UPS driver used to text me and be like, "Are you in town? I have packages for you."
That's what's up.
Like,
crazy.
clutch it.
It's kind of clutch though. I ain't gonna lie, it's clutch.
Super clutch. And I'll hit him up like, hey, I'm out of town. Like, can you keep it for me? Because one time I had a phone getting delivered. I'm like, bro, if you bring this right now, I swear I got you. He was like, I got you. I'll bring it right now.
Hell yeah. You give me tip? Give me tip. Yeah. I'm on the way. Shit,
but I would get him cards for the holidays, cookies and stuff.
Shit, real one.
Knew his birthday.
If I'm on the route,
if I'm seeing you all the time, even if I'm seeing you once a week, there are 52 weeks in the year. That means I see you 52 times and I don't know your name. My USPS person, 365 days, you don't know them? At least to say hi?
Yeah.
I got 3 USPS people that come to my building, and I know all 3 of them.
They talk about Ashley at work. They be like, she's amazing. You know Ashley?
See, and I thought you meant they were talking shit because of all
No, hell no. You give them shit. You give them shit. They be like, nah, fuck that. I got this girl on the route. She fine.
Definitely was like, girl. Like, you got more packages? I was like, look, I do not have a shopping problem. I swear to God.
They will, if you have a lot going on, they will start to know you.
Sure. Yeah, he had me cracking up. He's like, Ashley, I got you in here. Thanks. No. But I try to be nice. Like, if I see them and I'm walking out and I see that they have a lot, I'll hold the door for them. And I don't think they're used to people being nice. If they have a new person on the route that I notice, I'll be like, do you know where you're going? Like, do you need help? And yeah, I have no idea where I'm going. Okay. Communicating and being nice to people. Yeah. Just talk. Like, why aren't you talking to the people that you see all the time?
Why do you think it's hard to be nice?
Because everybody wants to feel like they're better than everybody else. And it's like, if you feel like you're here, why would you talk to somebody here? I think it goes back to like have you ever heard this saying, like, if you're trying to do business with somebody and you see how they treat the waiter, it lets you know how they are.
Yeah, how they are, yeah, definitely.
It's like that. Because I think that older generation felt like they were too good. And now I feel like we have that because of social media. I feel like it's like, oh, you're beneath me. I don't need to talk to you. Mm. You see it with influencers and their audience. You're an audience member. Like, I don't need to talk to you. Doing bad business, sending people improper stuff. I think people want to feel like they're above somebody else because it makes them feel better about who they are.
Do you think that's why dating is like messed up, because communication like that in terms of people feeling like they're better than the other person?
Communication and comparison. I think it's both. So if I feel like I'm better than you and you're dating a man who makes $1 million a year and I think that I'm personally better than you, and I'm dating a man that makes $30,000 a year, I'm now comparing my situation to yours, and now I'm trying to do better than you because I think I'm better than you, so why am I not doing better? Mm. So then it's like, then you just got the battle of the beefs. Like, think about the amount of women that have babies by the same man just to say, I got him too. Like,
is that why women do that?
I don't know if that's why, but I feel like if you're comparing yourself to somebody and you're trying to change a man, think about, okay, I don't know all their names, but it's one of the Ball brothers who's with Miss Nikki Baby, right?
Yeah.
Nikki was with him. He left her when she was pregnant to go be with this other woman.
Yeah.
This other woman called Nikki everything except a child of God. Dragged her, talked about how terrible she is as a human. She's so much better than her. She's gonna do this, whoopty whoop. Got pregnant by the same man.
Then apologized to old girl later.
Because she got left being pregnant.
Yeah.
She thought she was better than her. She thought she could have the same access to what she did and get a better version. And now they both look dumb. I think it's that comparison of like, well, if you could do it, I could do it.
I think it's about value.
What value is that?
No, not like value in the sense of like internal value. I think people communicate the way they do because what value am I getting out of this interaction? So like very much in tandem to what you're saying. People who think they're higher than other people, they're like, what value do I get out of helping this UPS man?
Yeah.
There's no value in this.
You
or
want
like
something
in
to be
relationships.
reciprocated.
Yeah, exactly. In relationships, what value do I get for being this type of person? Everybody's looking for
ROI,
a cause and effect, right? They're looking for exactly ROI, that dopamine hit, that.
And see, for me, I feel like
something
you get, and this is just not saying I'm nice because I think I get something out of it, but for me, being nice costs you nothing. Saying hi to somebody, holding the door open, telling somebody like,
some
yo,
people,
I like your glasses. Like,
some people don't see it that way.
So yeah, I'm gonna tell you, because let's say, for example, you are nice to somebody. Like that's energy. That's positive energy you're giving out of yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Get away from me. Get the fuck out of my face.
That's never happened to me. And I feel like...
But that's happened.
No, and I feel like that's crazy. Do you know, like, if somebody is rude to me, I will purposely be super nice to them because you can see their attitude change. Because if I'm being really, really nice to you and you're just being a bitch, you have to then do something internally to be like, why am I like this? Why do I feel like this? And you catch yourself because it's really hard to be... The next time somebody's like being super rude to you, be very nice and see what happens. It changes the whole dynamic. Or simply ask them, like, are you having an okay? Like, are you okay?
But it changes the... Like,
because sometimes I don't think people realize it. I don't. There's been so many times I've had somebody just be rude to me, especially at government offices. Trying to get your driver's license or anything changed, rude. And I've asked, like, are you okay? Are you having a good day? No. Okay, well, I hope your day gets better. And I feel like they catch themselves because they don't know. When I was in Vegas last week, I was going to my room. I had to ask the guy something. And he was like standing in the middle to like block you to get to your rooms. So you have to show him like your room card. So I had to ask him a question. Before I asked him a question, I said, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Hi, how are you? And he was like, what? And I was like, how are you? I was like, I have to ask something, but how are you doing? He was like, nobody's asked me that today. And I've seen like thousands of people. I was like, well, are you having a good day? And he was like, yes, what do you need? I got you. Anything you need. I think it's just common decency and common courtesy. And then I asked him what I needed. He was very helpful, very nice. But that interaction, I feel like, made him happier.
Right.
Like, we complain about people being negative and we complain about everything is so bad, blah, blah, blah. But what are you doing to change that? Are you being nice to people? Are you being nice to your service staff? Are you just being a decent human, just saying hello? Saying hi to somebody, it costs you nothing.
Like I said, I think people, he mentioned it. I think most people they just want return on investment. They want something. If I give you something nice, positive energy, and you give me, I guess, nothing else back, right?
But who's to say you don't get something back? There is never...
Not me. I mean, not me. I'm just saying in general, like, let's say you have a conversation with somebody.
People aren't thinking of it in the long game is what I'm saying. So, like, I might not get, like, you might not give me $1 million, but every time I come to this restaurant, if I have you, I will have good service because you like me and we have a good rapport.
Absolutely.
What happens if I run into you in 6 months and you remember, oh my God, like that lady was so rude to me. What if your dad owns a company that I work with? You don't know. And I'm not saying that I'm nice to people because I think, oh, I might run into them later. You never know. And I'm a big believer in everybody that you come into contact with is for a reason. Mm-hmm. No matter how big, no matter how small. So if you look at it like that, like everybody that I'm coming in contact with, it's happening for a reason. Good experience or bad experience, at that point, it doesn't matter what you get from it because you don't know. We don't know. You don't know anything. Mm-hmm. So just be a nice person.
So I think us three, I mean, specifically, we've all worked in some kind of customer service based job, right? You know what I'm saying? I think we understand what it means to be nice to somebody and the real return on investment, no matter if they're mean spirited or whatnot, we know what we can get out of it. We know what will happen with prolonged niceties. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't. You know what I'm saying? I think, we hear about, or you might have heard about people saying people should always have a customer service job or people should work in customer service.
I agree 1,000%. Everybody should have to work in a restaurant. Yeah. Everybody should have to work somewhere where you are customer facing. It should be a mandatory requirement. Yeah. Because I can tell some of y'all that have never worked in service. Mm-hmm. And a lot of y'all in service don't need to be working in service.
That's true.
Because y'all suck. And it's a lot of places, them 20% gratuities. You suck. You suck at your job. You're not good.
Yeah. And so, with that, I think that's why it's kind of hard to be nice, I guess. You know what I'm saying? For some people, because it's like...
It shouldn't be hard for you to be nice because I think that goes into like I'm not going to change who I am as a person for anybody. Mm-hmm. And that goes like in relationships and anything. If you could feel yourself changing who you are, you shouldn't be around those people. Mm-hmm. So like, how is being around somebody, like if you have a server and they're rude, ask for a new server. Like if you're encountering somebody and they're rude, get away from them. But I feel like in my day to day, I don't have those experiences because to your point, I don't put that energy out. Like my mom will call me sometimes and she'll have like a terrible day. And I'm like, girl, I've never had a day like this. Like even when bad stuff is happening, it's still not bad because of how I choose to communicate and what I choose to put out. If all you put out is negativity all the time, that's all you're going to see.
I mean, I always wondered about that. You said something about servers and getting a new server.
I requested a new server.
All right, you've worked in the food service industry. I've always thought if you bother the establishment, your food will not be what it's supposed to be.
That's a rumor that everybody kind of sticks with, right?
No. These First places. Of all, most restaurants are dirty. So
let's quell this, and I want to ask you because, like I said, you've been in it. These are questions I've always had. You know what I'm saying? I keep forgetting that you said
Run it.
I've always felt like them niggas gonna fuck up my food if I complain about some shit.
If you think about it like this, if they've already messed up your food and then they send it out messed up again, you're gonna send it back. So now it's cost me not 1 dish, but 2 dish. And now I'm on dish 3. Okay. Why would I do that? I just want to get you out. Well, I think he means
like, how would you know? Like, how would you know if somebody's spitting your food?
So you're saying spit in your food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody is spitting in your food in 2026, it's beyond jail at this point. Like, first of all, spitting in somebody's food, I think in certain places is a misdemeanor.
Rubbing some food on a body part, putting sweat in there.
I've never seen anything like that.
You ever seen the movie Waiting?
No.
You seen Waiting?
What I'll say is restaurants in general.
I just don't fuck with them.
Is what
I just don't go back.
Contribute people's ideals.
I just don't go back, bro. Like it's just like I can't even test the waters. Like
restaurants in general are disgusting, in my opinion.
And that's another thing. We've seen it. Like
people are not clean. I've seen people sweating, wipe their hands, cook, not changing their gloves. Like restaurants are just nasty in general. Like if you're gonna go in there with a fine tooth comb and be like this. It's not compliant. Even if it's like a grade A restaurant, somebody is cutting a corner somewhere. Something is not being done properly. The steps are not being followed. So that's just that. I think it's in your delivery. Like, people are going to treat you how you treat them. If you go to a restaurant and you're like, manager, this is terrible service. They suck. This sucks. And you're causing a scene, they'll probably just ask you to leave. Like, close your ticket out and ask you to leave. But why would a restaurant risk, in my opinion, why would they risk spitting in your food or doing something that could get them sued?
Because people are stupid.
It's
not the restaurant, you know?
I've worked at numerous restaurants in various states. I've never seen it.
Okay.
I've never seen it. Ever. And I mean, you could be as mad as you want at somebody. I've never seen it. I've seen people that are just dirty. Like same gloves all day, not changing them. People might poke your food when they grab it or touch it. Again, I think that's just general nasty restaurant behavior. They're definitely going to touch the top, see if it's hot, nasty. I've seen that. So just the everyday thing of them being nasty is already happening.
But you never seen somebody like do the...
No.
You never seen like malicious...
No, and if I did, I definitely would have said something. No,
I have a shitty table. Table 7 is shitty. I'm going to...
No.
Hey, give them the special.
I've seen somebody fan out money when they had an improper tip. Her name was Brittany. We worked together at BJ's Brew House in Daytona. She was a menace. If you did not tip her what she felt was appropriate, which she felt like she deserved 20% at all times, terrible server, terrible person. She would, like, if somebody tipped her like $4 and change, she'd fan out every single dollar, put it in there, put the change on top, and be like, here's your $4 back. And then would have the nerve, when they took their $4 back, she'd complain to the whole back of the house, like, they suck, they didn't tip me, they took their $4 back. Girl, how did you think giving somebody crappy service,
taking my $4 back,
being rude, and then embarrassing them in front of...
I'm taking that bitch back, though.
And then you're embarrassing them in front of their entire table. You thought that was a good idea and you were going to bully them into tipping you? Like, you're an idiot.
Hey, bro, you the one working here.
I've seen stuff like that. But I've never seen somebody mess with anybody's food.
Okay.
Just be nice. Like, excuse me, I have a problem. If you're too scared to say something, do a review. But, I mean, say something. Say something.
So that's the thing. I was, you quelled mine. Because I had always been a fear of mine. I was just, like I say, you got one chance as a restaurant for me to come back.
And a lot of restaurants have open kitchens now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
Because look,
The way I look at it is like, why risk your job? But oftentimes,
why risk a lawsuit, bump your job? Because if you spit in somebody's stuff, they are suing, and your restaurant is going to throw you under the bus. You're going to go to jail because they're definitely going to be like, I'm not affiliated. We do not do things like that. If you are a server and you spit in somebody's food or a cook, they're definitely going to jail, for sure.
Yeah, that was a little side question I had, but going back to communication, we had talked about earlier how people use communication as a way to basically flex. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, showing their ego. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you how much money I make or whatnot, especially in Atlanta and in the South. There are people who are obviously not confident in their communication. You know what I'm saying? Shy people and whatnot. They don't really want to talk. Y'all are both outgoing as people. You know what I'm saying? As I know.
You ain't talking about you. I don't know why you're looking at me.
Both of y'all. Both of y'all outgoing.
I'm not outgoing.
You're outgoing. No matter what. I don't know what you're talking about. He's a liar.
You talked more than him when I met y'all.
Well, I'm more business facing. Like I know we got stuff to handle. When we outside, he'll definitely be the guy who's talking. You know what I'm saying? If we out here, he's the guy that really, hey Tyler, go talk to so and so. More than I am. I'm very reserved.
Okay.
But
and I feel like I'm reserved. Like if I had to talk, I'll talk. But for the most part,
you be on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hell yeah. Come on.
You and Keisha, both of y'all.
Yeah. Keisha talks more than me. I'm more quiet than Keisha when we're out.
You quiet? You more quiet? You're more quiet than Keisha?
We took Keisha to the belt line. She immediately was talking to people.
Keisha
we went somewhere with you. You immediately
started
talking
be on business, though. I feel like when Keisha was talking to people, it was like, I know what I have to do. I have a goal here. I'm about to go get to it. And that's what she's on. You know what I'm saying? But I think she would seem more reserved to me. I don't know. Than you. I think you'd be way more like, yeah, how y'all doing? Than
both of y'all. I've seen both of y'all just strike up a conversation with complete strangers and just be having a whole conversation. Like,
so do you think that's I mean, I'm not going to say that's a gender thing at all because it's not.
It might be.
I think I've always talked to people, but I think it's vibes. If I don't like somebody, I'm not saying anything.
To somebody who is quiet. You have a quiet friend or somebody who doesn't really go out and talk.
Somebody comes to mind. Okay.
So what would you say to them to try to get them to be a little bit more?
Nothing, because I feel like if I'm thinking of my quiet friend, Jessica, shout out to Jess. I feel like she's not going to say anything unless it's worth talking to you for.
Facts.
Which is how I feel. I think I'm just a little more agreeable at first. Like, if it's an awkward silence, I'm definitely going to, like, try to bring everybody together. But, like, I'll give you. So, Sid, who's very outgoing, and Jessica met me at my friend's house for his birthday. Like, he rented a house, had a big old party. And I told them both before they came, I was like, it's going to be a bunch of bad bitches, a bunch of, it's a diverse group of men. Some are married, some are single. Everybody has good jobs. Everybody's chill. Like, it's just going to be a really good time. So they both came. Sid was like so happy. She was like, I've never been to a house party. This is great. Everybody's nice. Everybody's talking. Everybody's having fun. Jess is extremely quiet, and she had a great time. And, she wasn't talking at first, and then we introduced her to a couple people, and then her and this girl were talking for like an hour, and they were just having a field day. So I feel like for quiet people, I think most quiet people don't like stupid people.
Facts.
So they don't like to talk, because on the off chance that you say something stupid, they're going to be awkward, and then it's an awkward situation. So I think they don't do that. 2, I think if it's a female, females are mean. So if you're quiet and then you talk to somebody and then they're rude to you, that's dead. So I think it's that. And then I think they're unsure, like what value. Quiet people are more observant, and they're more like, what value do I get from talking to you? To your point, like, what's my ROI? I don't need you. I'm fine. I don't need to talk to anybody. So why would I risk it? Like, it's a 50-50 toss-up and I'm not in the mood for it. Whereas I think people that are more, quote, outgoing, it's, what do I have to lose? I'm going to sit here in awkward silence if I don't say anything. So I think that's that. So my advice would be, you. So if you're going to, nut up if somebody says something and then it's just going to send you down a spiral for a week, don't talk. But my thing is, what's the worst that could happen from saying hi to somebody? Like, what's the worst?
So I had watched an interview recently. I told Tyler about it yesterday. It was with this guy. This is this guy who's blown up on the internet. His name is Clavicular. You might have never seen him. I've mentioned him here before because I've seen some of his content.
What does he do?
He's a streamer.
I feel like most men that are on the internet have like podcasts and they bash women.
He's very his shit is very, and people watching this. Streamer. Yeah, people watching this. They'll be like, "Wow, you watching that nigga? Yeah, it's crazy. Just popped up on shit." But it was insanely interesting. He's a guy who's big on. I'm not gonna go with his terminologies because that shit sounds crazy, but he's big on he's on the manosphere shit where you got to be fit, you got to look good, you got to, red pill type shit, right?
Okay.
But he's very scientific with his shit. Like, he's like, you need to and I'm mean to the highest levels, to the dredges of the internet, in which he basically like measures like facial symmetry and all of that, right? Like he takes that shit insanely seriously. So he's talking about this stuff, and the interviewer asked him. He says, "Did you?" Because he said he got into all of this stuff during the pandemic.
Okay.
And he said, "Did that mess you up because you didn't have a lot of social interaction?" He was like, "No, because most social interaction today, you have no ROI, you have no return on investment." He says
he's a 20-year-old streamer from Hoboken,
New Jersey. Yeah, I guess is where he's from. Yeah. SNL did a skit on him recently. I want to like say the last 2 weeks. Yeah, bro, he's up there now. They done put that nigga up there. Very interesting conversation because, like I said, a lot of people are trying to say it's performance art because it seems like that. But I think he's dead ass serious. I think during that time, he said during the pandemic, in which this is when he got into it. I think a lot of these kids around his age definitely got into that shit and really locked in. It's crazy.
So what's the purpose of this? What does he do?
So like I said, he says that there's no ROI in talking to people today because most people basically, like I said about positive energy, what's the reason to be nice? There's no ROI in terms of talking to somebody that you don't know, like a random stranger.
Well, first off, I think for anybody that might not know him, we should preface this with this is a white man.
I mean,
this is an average looking. He has a nice jawline. This is a conventionally attractive, very basic looking white man. Seeing him, if I didn't know his age, I would suspect like finance bro vibes. Very much giving. So
he didn't do any of that.
I'm saying looking.
He just looked like that. Yeah,
they kind of fall into that manosphere category.
Yeah, so if you tell somebody that, I guarantee right now something came to your mind. Brown hair, light eyes. There you go. Nice jawline, polo, khakis, probably loafers. Just so that we're aware, because I had no idea who this is.
Yeah. I'm not expecting anybody.
So his beliefs are what? He's saying he doesn't communicate because he doesn't get anything back from communicating?
He feels like most communication today has no ROI. Like I said, like most people, I guess you would never get what you were getting out of. But your benefit is basically being online is better because you will find niche groups that are tailored way more towards your specifics.
I mean, if we're talking probability, duh.
Yeah, but
if you're in a room with people, I have access to 4. If I say I like fishing and I post that to Instagram, I now have millions of people that'll pop up and it will be catered directly to
they'll say, hey, I like fishing too. Yeah, exactly. Which creates echo chambers, which obviously creates these type of incel communities and blah, blah, blah. We see the benefits, but you also see the consequences of having these type of things. Of what? Of an echo chamber?
I don't see them. I mean, outside of like this country right now.
But it's a pretty big consequence.
It's a major consequence.
I mean, in terms of like when I watch certain shows or movies, I'll see like little things and then I'm like, oh, what is this? I need to look this up because I've never heard this term before. So I told you guys that show that I was, excuse me, watching on FX. It was like Beauty with Ashton Kutcher. There was a black guy on there who was very large, and he had like a hater community where he was like bashing women.
This is on Beauty?
Yeah. I can't think of like what it's called. It might be that red pill, blue pill stuff. I don't know. But he was a man that was basically like the only reason women don't like him is because he's not conventionally attractive. So bump women, blah, blah, blah. And it was just this thing. And everybody knew who he was. He was talking about like he's on these forums and these chats. I looked it up to see like what it was because he used some terms I had no idea. And I didn't realize that there's communities with like millions of men on there that are saying these things.
That's exactly what Buddy is a part of.
I would have never known that even existed had I not seen it on TV. Exactly. I don't see those things.
This is
it wouldn't apply to you because you're not a guy, right? 2, the way you all interact, you're not a person who's online like strongly because they're usually in opposition of what, like feminists.
Yeah, they're in opposition of women.
Well, they're in opposition of women, but they argue the most. They argue the most with the feminist group, right? So the feminist group is kind of like the counterbalance, not like the extreme feminists, like.
But feminism in general, like I wish we could get rid of that word. A feminist is someone that believes in equal rights of men and women.
For women, exactly.
Like,
but
that's
why I say extreme. But
there's
extreme. There are. Just like there's an extreme for men, there's an extreme for women.
For sure, but you said baseline. So he's
no.
I mean, he's arguing with everyday women.
They will argue with anybody
That's crazy.
Who's in opposition to them. Yeah. And women are in opposition to them. But their primary target, like that they go back and forth with, are the extreme feminists, right? So
I mean, you're extreme, so I feel like go against an extreme.
Yeah, exactly. So like they're going back and forth. But you're not like on that, oh, this, that, and the other. You're not going to sit there and argue with them. You'll just see somebody say some stupid shit in the comments that's in line with that.
I will troll you.
you'll probably,
I love to troll.
But a troll likes to troll back and forth. So
they stop though. If you notice, they do not troll back. They nut up real quick and they don't say anything. No. Yeah.
I thought most trolls I see they will go the distance, and then they'll block you and just keep talking shit about you.
I mean, y'all have access to our page. I say something back. That's normally the end of that.
Yeah, it's just you're not gonna see this as like a thing. It's really more of a detriment to us, like men who are like regular, right? It's a detriment because now. A detriment
to you?
It's a detriment because it's bad PR for us.
Yeah. If anything, I think it would be good PR because then when you come out into the world and a woman has a conversation with you, it's like, oh my God, you're so refreshing.
Well, if the woman decides to have a conversation, now they have a preconception that this dude could probably be one of those. See, but I feel like that's a generalization.
All women are not saying all men act like that. I'm gonna give you an example.
This is why men don't. That's why they're saying men don't come out and try to talk to women.
Men have never tried to come out and talk to women. You guys have always been shy.
No, hell no, yes. nah.
The men who are the incels are the ones who don't try to talk to women. The problem will always be you want to talk to specific women. And those women won't give you the time.
See, and I don't think that's the case because ugly men talk to me all the time. And I'm just like, sir.
I mean, those niggas got confidence in themselves.
They do. They're the most confidence.
Somebody must have told them they weren't ugly.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like men in general, and you can tell me if you agree or not, men fear rejection. Yes or no?
I think everybody fears rejection. But yes.
Men fear rejection, right?
Yeah.
So on the off chance that you approach a woman and she says no, you're now not going to do it if you think she's going to say no. To your point, if you think she's out of your league or whatever the case is, you're just not going to say anything. Men, most men. Is that fair to say? Because on the off chance she says no, you're now rejected. You fear rejection. So you're not going to do it. I feel like the majority of men, like there's times I've been out and somebody will sit next to me and I see that they want to talk, they're not saying anything. So I'll be like, hi, we'll start a conversation. And I'll be like, why didn't you say anything? I didn't think you would talk to me. I was scared. A lot of men are afraid to talk to women. So in my opinion, if these incels are, in their mom's basement tweeting and doing whatever, and you're out in real life exposed to women saying hi, I don't feel like a woman would be like, oh my God, this is a red pill man. He's about to do. Like, I think that they're willing to try the conversation.
I do want to say, I don't know if you remember a few episodes back when we first started the new format and we filmed over there. You spoke about it, that men there's crazy men out here who will approach women and when they are rejected, they turn, right? And you said that shit is scary.
Yeah.
That leads into that for women, right? So women are scared of dealing with that as well.
Right, but what I'm saying
is... like a woman will also, because there's these men online who are so aggressive and talking about the crazy shit they'll do to women, women are now on guard from men talking to them. Now, if you seem like a chill dude and if you're in a neutral space,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, don't approach a woman when she's walking to her car and come up behind her and say, hey, how are you?
It don't even have to be that, though. You could be in the club. You've been in the club and some random dude, you dancing with your girlfriend, some random dudes get up behind you and get all aggressive. Yeah, why are you doing that?
That's not being a normal person. I'm talking about being a normal person. That's not
to
normal.
To them, that might be normal.
And you're not a normal person. If you feel like it's appropriate to come behind a woman and rub your genitals on her butt that you don't even know,
but these new upcoming men don't know when to approach women.
Exactly. They don't because there's no more interaction.
There's no...
But I don't think that's true.
We used to have the mall. Niggas used to just go to the mall.
You used to have the mall and that was your proving ground.
We have bars. We have restaurants. Go to a happy hour. There are women places, at happy hours.
We're not saying it doesn't exist, right?
These places also cost way more money than back then when we was coming up.
All bars are not expensive.
I'm not going to say that.
So they're not going to bars like that. They're not going to those places like that no more.
All of this stuff is available to you. If you want to go meet a woman, you can. If you want to go meet a man, you can.
Right.
If you want to meet somebody who's normal, it's all out there.
It's accessible.
However, those people who do live online, because I can't speak to those who don't live online. I think it's better for people who don't live online because social media's communication is not like influencing your worldview, right? We talked about worldview before, and I think social media influences a lot of people's worldview, right? If you had no experience on social media and all you ever did is go to bars, go to malls, you're like, yeah, man, women will talk to you. All you're just gonna do is say hi. Like, there's dudes who are like that. So
what you're saying is people feel rejection because they're trying to talk to women on social media by sliding in their DMs and getting no response?
No, it's more than that. Because if you pay, so like I said, with the incel community, you don't really see it. Like, as a guy, we see it. I see more male-centered tweets.
So what issue are you seeing?
So what I'm seeing is that these men believe, they create a belief that women will not talk back to them. And I think it just comes from a simple fact of the women that they want don't want to talk to them. they don't talk to women. A lot of dudes don't just talk to women. Everybody, once again, there has to be an ROI.
So the communication problem is they're not communicating?
Yeah. So like how we talk to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is normal, right? This is regular. We understand you. We hear your, we talk about things with you and everything. We have an understanding of you as a woman, right? A lot of dudes don't have that. A lot of dudes don't even believe in being friends with a woman.
And that's why they're in their mom's basement and they're on Reddit threads. I mean,
so
that's exactly why you're a product of your environment.
And I think that's also
a
big part of this problem with the communication thing, right? Is that
there's a lack of
these dudes, these incels, don't actually communicate with women. They just see women as objects for them to have sex with and to do all this other stuff.
Mind you, this is also not just dudes; it's also females as well, women. It's femcels as well.
What is a femcel?
The opposite.
The opposite.
That's what they're called. Not extreme feminists. They're called femcels. Yeah.
So a femcel feels what?
It's the exact opposite.
Exact opposite.
They feel like men are just here to breed and bounce?
Yeah. Essentially. Okay. And the dudes... And
so why don't they just link up? Because it sounds like it would just work.
They're not attracted to each other.
Yeah.
They're not attracted to each other.
What's that girl who got canceled like a couple years ago and we haven't seen her? She was like shoved down our throat. Long red hair, basic looking girl. She would always like be super big on like men. She would always take the sides of men, but they never agreed with her. They didn't like her. Yes.
Oh.
So is it people like her?
Nah. She's just a what do you call
pick me?
Yeah, that's all she is. Yeah, pick-me's have they're on a different.
So what is a femcel?
Because they can get
a femcel is a woman that thinks that. So conversely, like how a man, like I said, with a man, they're the opposite. So a femcel would be a woman who's like maybe not conventionally attractive, right?
Okay.
She might not take care of herself. She might not do her makeup. She might not do her hair, whatever, right?
You're looking homely.
A little homely, right? Homely. But then when she tries to talk to dudes who are like taking care of themselves, dudes who work out and everything, they're like, oh, they don't even give me the time of day, or they just want to use and abuse me.
So you know what I blame with all this, the femcells, the mencells, whatever they are? Your parents. Bad parenting.
Yeah.
Because y'all teach your kids that they can have whatever they want. Yep. And you teach them that nobody can tell you no. I saw a teacher show some emails from like that he got recently. This woman said, I pay taxes, so my daughter's grade should reflect that. Like, people are idiots. And I feel like teaching your kids that there's no is what causes this. So it's failed communication from the top. Mm-hmm. If your kid is not conventionally attractive, it's okay to let them know. Like if I had an ugly child,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think the parents know that either because their parents don't. They're ugly too, yeah, exactly.
Right? So I feel like if you're ugly, you can be a solid 7 if you dress right. Like you could really upgrade.
I agree. I think if you are ugly, like physically, you are ugly.
You can come up to a solid 7.
There have to be things that you can change, right? How does your body look? Right? Are you
working?
Are you
out,
in
bro?
shape?
Did you get lipo?
Are you
a cologne alone?
Do you dress nice? Do you smell good? Is your hair? Can you control the things that you can control? If your face is fucked up or you ugly,
you can fix it. Kylie Jenner did. Look at it. Y'all love changing your face.
Okay, but like not everybody has the money to do that.
Listen,
yet, right?
nose jobs are like $5,000. Yeah, you can do afterpay,
She's saying that like somebody can be like, oh yeah, I got $5,000.
I'm just saying, you can afterpay.
People's credit scores are shot already. Ashley,
sound like you need to get to work, bro.
But I think a lot of people will not look at themselves. They looking outward, right? They always look outward. It's never I'm the problem. It's y'all are the problem.
And that's crazy.
And that's gonna be a lot of people. And like you said, parents, they allowed this. They just
created the demon.
Great. I blame parents, but also I blame like the Disney era of things.
Why?
Like because Disney. Well, no, the reason I blame like the Disney era and like cartoons and everything, like TV shows, always say the nice guy's gonna always get the girl.
You grew up in it, but you didn't drown in it.
That's not true though, because if you really watch Disney, the men were never nice.
No, but the nice guy always got the girl.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. If there was a nerdy dude who liked a girl and she was dating the jock, by the end of the movie, the girl would be with the nerdy dude.
Which prince was not nice?
So Snow White left her home with men that catered to her hand and foot. Snow White left the 7 dwarves that were doing everything for her.
She couldn't
for a man that woke her up out of her sleep with an unwanted kiss.
She couldn't do nothing. And what was she? She was happy when that man kissed her.
She was happy with her life tra-la-la before.
She was even happier as the princess. She
left them 7 niggas for that one nigga though.
And we didn't know because they.
And wasn't she a princess already?
I don't think so. I
think she was.
She was. And
she was a princess already. They put her to sleep, put her in the woods with the dwarves, and she was hanging out with the dwarves. She hanging out with the dwarves. She didn't know.
She was living her best life.
The prince came along and gave her life back.
Crazy.
I'm just saying, she was happy either way.
Disney, I feel like, did the opposite for women. I feel like Disney made women codependent on men. Yeah, and it showed women, like Beauty and the Beast. You fell in, first of all, bestiality. Second, Stockholm Syndrome. You fell in love with a dude that kidnapped you and gave you nothing but books that you read so much you started talking to the teapot.
You said Stockholm?
She fell in love with him.
Stockholm?
I said that.
Yeah, it was Stockholm. Yeah, it was definitely
I said that. You got Little Mermaid.
I mean, these were all dark tales.
They were dark tales
that Disney took and they remixed it.
Yep. They're still dark, though. Little Mermaid gave up her whole life for a man she met 2 minutes ago.
Same thing with Pocahontas.
Pocahontas was a child who was abducted by a grown man so that he would stop killing her people.
Yeah, I mean...
Disney did not, in my opinion, the only good Disney movie...
as an adult, did you think this as a kid?
Yes, I asked questions.
You was thinking this as a kid, like, why is the woman leaving with the white man?
I said, why... Beauty and the Beast. I always ask questions. I was like, why is she talking to the books?
Kid.
Why is she in love with the monster? He looks scary. Maybe he was turned this way for a reason.
You saw Beauty and the Beast and said, why is she talking to books? You saw the books and the teapots and everything magically talking to her.
Yeah, why are they all talking to her? Why are they talking to her?
Because they were people.
Listen, you asked me what I asked. They don't look like people to me.
So by the end of the movie, you weren't like, oh.
I mean, my parents just, BS me, kids.
I mean, I'm just saying, at the end of the movie, remember they all were people.
Why? What happened? All of y'all just cursed. What did y'all do? It sounds like punishment to me. How did all of y'all get cursed? What happened here?
You turned on a TV show and you were just asking questions from the jump, weren't you?
And then my mom had me get a notebook, so then I had to write them all down.
And then by the end,
and then I asked my questions.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I looked at those movies like that's not for me, so I ain't got no questions.
Pocahontas, I'm like, they're coming here killing your people. You just gonna leave with him? Then when I found out she was 13, oh my God, 12.
So in the movie, I don't think it was that. But the real story, yes. But
I did my senior thesis in college on the impact of Disney princesses on adolescent females. It has no strong female roles. All the moms hate the daughters. First of all the moms are dead. The dads are absent. And then you get an evil stepmother that's trying to kill you and take your money and kill your daddy too. What? This is what you're growing up as a kid watching.
They did terrible PR for stepmoms.
What? Period.
I mean, I felt like Walt Disney was like, hey, just get this money. Fuck it. Just put it out.
Yeah.
He was like, they're dumb. That's why he hid all like the sexual innuendos all throughout those movies and shows. Like Little Mermaid. I
think that's just animators.
The pastor.
Because even more, I know what you're talking about, but even more than Disney movies had stuff like that.
They all do.
They put sexual innuendos for, originally the idea was for the adults. For like, you sitting there watching a cartoon with your kid, this ain't stimulating. And then they'll make like a sex joke. And you're like,
I will say, I think these kids have better cartoons that like go into like emotions and stuff
more. They have anime.
They definitely. Well, no, even she's right. Like look at Steven Universe.
That's true.
Steven Universe was good. And then I feel like a lot of it's conspiracy theory-esque. Like Gravity Falls is very conspiracy theory. And then like, there's a little kid movie, I can't think of the name of it, but it's like the emojis where they feel, and they're like angry, happy, sad, with like the little balls. Yes. Yeah. Like they have very, in my opinion,
I think Disney is kind of moving towards more like.
Yeah, I mean, her Hopper is like on some.
Not even Disney, because I'll give it Pixar, whatever. All the people, I think they're doing a good job at teaching kids a little more on like how to regulate emotions, thoughts, and feelings. Like we have like, they're big feelings.
But
like,
I mean, the kids who grew up watching those movies, asking those questions like you did,
they're making them.
Are now making them. So yeah, we've gotten to the future of like how this is evolving.
I think Gen Z, in my opinion, because I was talking about this on a women's call. So we have a global gaming women's group because our industry is obviously predominantly men. And, like health-wise, there's a lot of issues with women and what's communicated with us in our bodies and how we can have these powerful roles and do all these things. So we were talking and I brought up Gen Z. And I was like, something that I love about Gen Z, as sensitive as I feel like they are, they're really big on like, I need a mental health day. Like, I think that we've gotten better at communicating boundaries. We've gotten better at communicating needs. And for every positive, there's obviously negatives. So I'll say one of the good things, because I feel like Gen Z gets shitted on all the time. One of the good things that I feel like they do is they set very firm boundaries. Things are very open. Like, have you noticed we're moving more sober and it's not required to drink as much? Like, there's not as many happy hours. You have more THC drinks. Jobs aren't making it mandatory for me to give you a project at 5:05, even though you got off and you have to work the whole weekend and we're not paying you.
Yeah.
So I think the way that we weren't communicated with, we forced our parents to communicate. And then some of us are raising these kids or our siblings, and now they're communicating effective boundaries. Like, that was very aggressive. I don't like it when you talk to me that way. Like, you know,
I haven't heard passive aggressive used more in my life than nowadays.
But when you think about it,
or like microaggression, or
because people are, and a lot of those microaggressions are macroaggressions. Like, what do you mean you walked into the office and ask somebody about their hair? I don't care, white, black, brown, whatever. Why are you? Oh, that's why you weren't here yesterday because you were getting your hair done? That's an aggression.
Well, we're finally putting words to things that we've seen. Anyway, I mean, passive aggression is microaggressions. We didn't know what this was.
We knew what it was. We were too afraid to say anything because this is the way it's always been done.
And now we put a word to it. Gaslighting, all of that, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Like, we actually know what that shit is, and we can, you know, identify it, specify it.
Articulate it.
I love that we articulate more boundaries. Whether it's boundaries with parents, like, it's now getting more acceptable to cut your parents off or go no contact.
Oh, as an adult, yeah. I was about to say.
No, like, there's
I thought you were talking about like as a kid, like cut your parents off. Boy, you get your head knocked off.
Not everybody has had the best childhood, right? And there's a lot of people that now have communicated that the way you made me feel as a child was not acceptable. The way you make me feel as an adult is not acceptable. You're going to fix it or we're going no contact. And there are a lot of people, all colors, genders, that are genuinely saying it's okay for me to communicate a healthy boundary to help me act and be okay. That if I don't have contact with you, that's okay. And that's something that I love, because I feel like there's a lot of people that I know that, like, will talk and I'm like, bro, your parents are exhausting. Like, if that was a friend, you would not be friends with them. So why is it acceptable for them to treat you that way? And they're supposed to be the people that love you. So I do love that we've learned to communicate better with boundaries and what's acceptable, like, in work, in life, what we accept in friendships. I think our communication personally has increased and our value and how we view ourselves has increased. And that might be why people feel entitled to higher caliber people than we would match with before.
Like a better ROI.
Yeah. Like, well, I might not be the prettiest, but I am emotionally intelligent. I am regulated. I am, you know, this, and this. And I feel like you see a lot of fairly attractive men that have, in your opinion, downgraded. And it's like, oh, well, she can get him. I definitely can get what I want. Like, I'm just not trying.
I mean, yeah.
You've never seen a guy with, like, that you were like, yeah. And, like,
I've seen women with guys, and I'm like, how the hell?
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So
how you get that?
And does that make you
I have an assumption. I'm not going to say it, but
what's
I
your
have an assumption.
They got spread. They got that spread. Cashing out.
But how would you know unless you talk to them? The girl, she had to.
You assume that the dude is cashing out on the chick if the dude.
Oh, he's ugly. You talking about?
The dude looked like a bum.
So he's
and
ugly.
He
like if he's Poindexter, whatever came to mind.
Yeah.
And she's a baddie.
I wouldn't even say Poindexter. I would just say, like, he just looked like a bum. Like,
okay.
Yeah, if he looks like a bum, but usually they don't look like a bum though. You know
That's
what
I'm saying.
They got money.
They're just ugly.
Yeah, they just straight ugly with like nothing.
Just ugly.
They're brother and sister, cousin.
So they're kissing.
Huh?
They're kissing.
That's a whole nother thing. She might be slow. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. That's the first assumption. That's just real shit.
See, and for me, if I see two people that don't like visually match, in my mind, I'm like, how does this work? Like,
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. I've seen it
since high school several times. And
I'll show you guys. People and you like, how the hell?
I'm gonna show you guys.
The nigga usually be having that shit on, or he has a fire whip or something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna show you somebody after the show. But I feel
she has examples, nigga.
I do, but for me, and this might be like my simp side, I'm always like, what happened here? Because even if you marry somebody for money or their looks or whatever, at some point, if y'all stay together and y'all in it for like 10, 20 years, y'all start to love each other. So for me, when I see like an unequally yoked couple, I love to like ask them how they met. Because I genuinely want to know. Because I feel like it always has like a really cool story. And some people glow up over time.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they show me, like I've seen some throwbacks and I was like, oh, you was the ugly one and he, okay, all right. Some men get fine as time progresses. Sometimes they got with them when they both were ugly and poor and one person just got better surgery. So I feel like with me, I'm just like, oh, they must really love each other.
That's another thing. It's
like,
longevity.
This is love.
It's the longevity of their relationship. Like you said, like it might have been where he might either downgraded or she might have just upgraded while they were,
or they upgraded together, or they just loved each other. Like they worked in the same field, they got to know each other. Like those couples, I feel like last longer than two aesthetically pleasing couples because I think they actually know each other. There's actual love there, and you're not like waiting for the love to grow.
Yeah,
like that makes me so happy. I always love to be like, how'd y'all meet? Tell me.
I rarely see it, but closing remarks in terms of communication. What do you have to say about that in terms of communication 2026?
People should lean into therapy if you are a femcell, a red cell, or whatever.
A red cell?
Get out. Red pill, what is it?
White cells, red cells.
Whatever you are. If you're
a
a living, breathing hater, go get some help. Like touch grass, go see somebody. And honestly, like all jokes aside, I would love to see like the men and women that are like man bashing in the in whatever their community is. Go out and try to talk to a woman. If you're a man, go try to talk to 3 women. A woman that you think you deserve, a woman that you feel like somebody else would tell you deserve, and then a woman that you feel like is beneath you. And for the women, I would say do the same thing. Go talk to somebody that you think would be your dream man, that you think you deserve. Go talk to somebody that you feel like other people would tell you deserve. And then go talk to somebody that you would be like, yeah, I'm way better than them. And I would be curious to see if you're the problem. Like, do you have a connection with these people or not? Because then I think you can get from behind the screen and do like a real science experiment and come back with actual data versus thoughts and feelings. And then for everybody else, I feel like continue to communicate, do what you gotta do. Go out, be nice. Go give like 3 random people compliments and see what kind of day you have.
I would say, while communication, we have more technology to communicate with other people. While that's going up, and it can happen at a higher rate, comprehension is still at an all-time low.
Y'all don't want to understand.
And so even if I do communicate with you, you still ain't going to get what I'm trying to put out to you.
Comprehension.
So, yeah, I need you to start reading. Or at least, at the very least, I mean, we have YouTube. There's a lot of very informative YouTube channels out there.
Audiobook?
Audiobooks are good, too. I do recommend one YouTuber. His name is FD Signifier. If you're Black, just look at him. Sociology major. I think he has like a master's in sociology. He has multiple degrees in sociology in that particular area. Very good in terms of people studies and case studies and all that. Look at his videos. I'm telling you, you'll learn a lot about people in general, especially if you're Black, about our community and what's good for our community. If you just look at his videos, very entertaining.
I would say Mel Robbins. I love her podcast.
Okay.
And they vary. Sometimes they're business, sometimes they're people, sometimes they're communication. But the amount of stuff that you will learn that she says across the board will help with your communication comprehension.
Yeah, y'all need to learn how to just be, learn to listen. Really, that's another thing. A lot of Jay Shetty. You like Jay Shetty?
I love Jay Shetty.
I like Jay Shetty. He ain't a scammer. He ain't no scammer.
He ain't never scammed me.
I don't know. That's an Indian dude, right?
Huh?
Okay.
He has some really fire interviews. In terms of, he drops a lot of gems. His interview with Cardi B was fire. In terms of his gems with comprehension and communication, he did an episode where he was talking about communicating. And Cardi, when she came on his show, she actually thanked him. And she was like, I did what you said with my boyfriend, and it opened the door for us to have a beautiful conversation. Like, I don't know if it's his tonality. I don't know if it's his cadence. If he is canceled, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Please let me know.
Yeah, because let me do some read. I think
2 things can be true. He can be whatever you guys are saying, but he also can have a really good podcast where he brings value. And I think it's the cadence that he speaks in. It's very calming. It's very like, welcome. So today we have, and we're talking about.
Yeah, he's hypnotizing.
Yeah, but he also has like excitement and joy.
Oh, yeah.
You just feel comfortable.
Okay.
Expand your horizons.
So he put you on that spell.
I like Jay.
Shout out to people who are actively, helping their community and whatnot.
Yes.
I know a lot of Indian folks who talked about Jay Shetty in the past. But yeah, definitely, get your comprehension up. It's very important. Like I said, reading will absolutely help. Looking at the people, just having real conversation will help. Definitely do what Ashley said in terms of the 3 people. I think that's really good. That's good advice for real. I might try that.
Do it. I'll send you some good podcasts. I listen to a podcast every morning.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Something good every morning.
Yeah.
Every morning.
Wake you up a little bit.
Yeah.
But in closing, you know what I'm saying? This is The Bridge. I want y'all to please like, comment, subscribe.
And follow right now.
Follow,
right
share,
now.
Talk smack, you know what I'm saying? Do everything, whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? We'll hit y'all up in the next 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is. This is The Bridge ATL. Peace.
Bye.